put these great questions to the proof. So, and thank you for giving me the chance.
Yeah, I would answer the question somewhat differently. I think that what we're seeing is the fruit of modernity. In the Enlightenment, the church and the monarchy were thrown off in the name of free thought and unshackled human inquiry. And the thought was that once mankind was freed from the shackles and bondage of religion, that this would produce a sort of humanistic utopia. And instead, I think what we've come to see is that the fruit of the naturalistic worldview is that mankind is reduced to meaninglessness, valuelessness, and purposelessness. And that therefore the question of God's existence has become all the more poignant in our age because we're beginning to question, I think, the fruit of modernity and questioning scientific naturalism. I'm privileged to be part of a revolution in Christian philosophy that has been going on over the last half century that has literally transformed the face of Anglo-American philosophy. As the scientific, naturalistic, atheistic worldview has been challenged in the name of reason and philosophy, and the theistic worldview reasserted. And I believe that we're seeing a tremendous groundswell of interest among lay people as this revolution is beginning to filter down to the man in the street. So I would see us as beginning to question the assumptions of modernity and the bitter fruits of modernity that have been so evident in the 20th century. And I'm hoping that this will lead to a tremendous renaissance in Christian thinking and Christian faith.
To wrap up, then, five quick observations and some instructions. Number one, no good society prohibits debates such as this one. Number two, only confident faith welcomes them. Only extraordinary universities stage them. And only very accomplished scholars and intellectuals can make them interesting and entertaining. Please join me in welcoming and thanking our panelists. Both men, they did agree on one thing, which is that N.T. Wright is a very impressive man, I think Christopher Hitchens said. And therefore, to the viewing audience who might not know who N.T. Wright is, I recommend on Mr. Hitchens' strong recommendation that you get and read his books. I also want to tell you that I'm going to ask you to stay in your seats as our panelists exit stage right. There's a book signing. And I want to ask you if you have a book to stand in line. If you don't, please don't. And to recognize Mr. Hitchens has a 5 o'clock flight in the morning. So get your book signed. He loves to do that. But please don't ask him about his third cousin that you once met in Melbourne. Just let them get to talk to the book. So, gentlemen, I'm going to let you enter stage left here, and I'll hold them for a second. Thank you very much. Stay there so they can get around back. I want to thank Dr. Craig Hazen, Torrey Honors Institute, and everyone at Biola for coming this evening. Have a safe, productive trip home. Good night.